All right, hello everybody. My name is Jason Vangilder. I'm with the College of Golf at Kaiser University. And today what I'm going to discuss is the kinematic sequence. What we'll do is I'll talk to you about what it is, why it's important, how it's accomplished, and then I'll go into a short demonstration on kind of what it looks like, okay, as far as if you're doing it correctly. So the kinematic sequence is essentially, I guess kind of by definition, is how we use our body to deliver the club to the golf ball. Or it could be, like in baseball, same thing, how we deliver our body to deliver the baseball bat to the baseball. You have to remember with all rotational sports such as golf, such as baseball, even hockey, there's a rotation to when a golfer hits a golf ball, to when a baseball player hits a baseball, and to when a hockey player hits a slap shot. And they're all similar. But today, because this is the College of Golf, what we're going to talk about is the kinematic sequence as it relates to the golf ball and swinging the golf club. Okay, so the kinematic sequence. So again, like I said, what it is essentially it's going to be how we use our body to deliver the club to the golf ball. Now, why is this important? So a lot of times what you'll see is you'll see these in shape people, and they're going out there, they're swinging golf clubs, but they're not hitting the ball. They're making decent contact, but they're not hitting the ball very far. Well, part of that is because the sequence in which they're delivering the golf club to the golf ball is out of order. So what do I mean by that? So could be an example right here. So in a kinematic sequence, it's done essentially, it goes hips, torso, arms, golf club to the golf ball, okay? And what we're doing is we're storing energy from the hips essentially into our arms that go into the club, and then we deliver it to the golf ball. And that happens in stages, okay? Now, it happens in very fast stages, but nevertheless, it happens in stages. So this is what you might see, okay? So you might see when a golfer, when they go to swing the club, you might see everything moving at the same time, okay? So that's not what we want to see. So let's just go, because the kinematic sequence starts in the backswing, we're just going to assume that we're perfect from right there. So we're in our backswing, right? Now what we don't want to see is this, okay? That's out of sequence. That's not what we want to see. So on the downswing, here's what we want to see, okay? So we go to our backswing, we're right here, okay? Now, here's what happens. We're going to explain this in stages. Okay, so some of the best ball strikers in the world, what they'll do is that prior to everything firing, what they're going to do is you'll see their lead hip kind of do one of these. It'll go forward, okay? Now, what that's doing is that's creating stability. Remember, you have two hips, okay? So, and I said we're leading with the hips. So essentially what happens is this one comes forward, and it's going to create stability for this hip, okay? So we go back to the top of our backswing, and we're here, okay? Now, you notice we got shoulders turned roughly 90 degrees, hips roughly 45, okay? So top of our backswing, we're turned, okay? Now, just before we start this, here we go, okay? Now, we're right here, we're creating stability. Now, we want to lead with those hips, okay? So now from here, we turn those hips and we're firing that hip, okay? Now, all that energy, and when we fire that hip, the hip is eventually going to stop, but that energy is going to keep going, and it keeps going from the hip into the upper torso, okay? So here, okay, we create stability, we fire that hip, it's going to stop. Now, we're committed at this point. We're going in this golf swing, so it's going to stop. We're going, now our torso is going to turn, okay? Now, eventually, our torso is going to stop, okay? And then now that's when the arms take over. So the energy that we created from our hips into our torso, okay, is now, it's now in our arms, okay? And our arms are coming down. So now our arms are coming down, we're releasing the club, and then all the energy is getting released into the golf ball and then into our follow through. All right, so here's what I'll tell you about the kinematic sequence, and this is probably, in my opinion, after all the research I've done, this is why it's important. So the Titleist Performance Institute says this about the Kinematic Sequence. That every golfer that's being paid to play golf, meaning professional golfer, PGA Tour, LPGA Tour, you could probably throw live in there as well, because a lot of those people used to be on the PGA Tour, is that every single one of them, their Kinematic Sequence is the same. Okay, so what I mean by that is that at the top of their backswing, okay, it goes hips, and then upper torso or torso, however you want to describe it, then that's turning, all right, and then from there, it's going arms, and then from there, it's going club, releasing into the ball for their Kinematic Sequence. Okay, now, checkpoints. If you don't think you're doing it right, here's something that I can tell you, because a lot of times what happens is that from this way down the line, what you'll see is they'll come back and then they think they're firing, and here's really what they're doing is they're coming in here like this. They're overextending. So what I will tell you is that on your downswing, okay, when you start coming here and you start firing those hips, okay, when you get to about right here, you should be able to basically see both of your glutes in the camera, okay? Your left glute you should be able to see it coming from down the line. If you can't, then you need to kind of go back, reset, refocus, and try to get turned and get the proper sequence. Okay, so in a nutshell, remember the Kinematic Sequence is how we use our body to deliver the golf club to the golf ball. Okay, and I would even add in that definition, it's the way that we efficiently deliver our body in segments, using the golf club to deliver it to the ball. Okay, that's all I have, and as always, hit them straight.